Okay, in this hack, we're going to talk about tipping pitches. So this is something that is probably happening to you and you don't realize it's happening to you because we tend not to think about it too much. We don't think that other people are picking up on it, but I promise you, your pitches are probably being tipped. So I often will explain this to parents and coaches and players that say, well, I don't think so. And I say, how long do you think it would take for me to pick up on what pitches you were throwing? If your kid was pitching against a team that I was coaching, it would take me an inning, right? Maybe before you get out of the bullpen to know. So let me give you a couple things that are going to help you make your pitches undetectable, because this is something that can really hurt a pitcher. And I promise you, if you see a kid that you think is throwing well, and we've all seen this before, where the kid's out there throwing well, everything seems to be going good, but he's getting ripped, he's getting lit up, and we can't understand why. This is why, okay? So let's go through pitching. The first thing about tip, I know that's probably settling in there for some of you, but it's happening. Trust me, it's happening. Okay, so let's do the first thing. Let's get when we're taking our signs, okay? So if I step up to the rubber and I look in and I nod, what's coming? Everybody say it together. Fastball. Right? Fastball's coming. So that's the worst thing that you can do when you step up, okay? Even if you're going to throw a fastball, it's sometimes better to shake off the fastball, shake it off, even if the catcher's got to start a new series of signs. Now, of course, we're going to communicate with our catcher to understand that we're not going to give first pitch fastball, okay? We're going to explain that. If you're the coach calling pitches, you can add in a signal, right? So let's say, you're going to do this, and the nose is fastball, whatever. You can go here and go, and that means the second sign, right? Or there's a lot of things that you can do. The catcher can give a sign first that says, hey, it's going to be the number 2, the second sign I throw, 1, 2. There's a lot of things you could do. Signals with the glove, there's a million things. I'm not going to get into all those things, but there's a lot of ways to communicate that. So if you're going to get a fastball, that first pitch, the worst thing you can do is do this, okay? You always want to be shaking. The second thing you can do is when you go into your gloves. So let's say we break that one tipping point, and we shake, okay, fastball, good. And I go up, and I take my grip of the ball. Now, see this finger? You should always have this finger guarded, right? It should always be underneath your glove. But a lot of pitchers today are still out there, and I know sometimes I've had pitchers that say, they just can't. They're so used to having that finger outside the glove that they can't switch back. So you should have it protected. But one thing that you can watch, okay, and especially if you got short sleeves on, if I go up and I grab the ball and I don't see any finger movement here, it's subtle, but even you can still see it in there. If I don't see any finger movement, you just grip the fastball. You gripped it, right? You went in and you gripped the fastball. So if I'm going to grip a changeup or a curveball, there's going to be a little bit of finger movement as you bracing the ball against the glove. Or there's going to be a little bit of forearm movement, all right? Now, the forearm, the way it goes up to the ball, if you just reach up and you grab it and you take it like this, guess what happened? Everybody knows, right? You're going to turn that wrist a little bit. You're going to change it up based on the pitch that you throw, right? If you're throwing a circle change, right, you shake, and then go to a circle change, this elbow is going to flare up. Or at least you're going to see some muscles going in the elbow, which is why you see a lot of pitchers will go with long sleeves even if it's warm out, okay? So number 1, make sure you got your sign. Don't make it so deliberate. Number 2, guard your finger, or if you can't, okay, let's say you can't guard your finger, every time you reach into your glove, dance it around a little. Push the finger in. So even if I'm dancing around and I pull out fastball, that's fine. Even if I'm dancing around and I pull out circle change, dancing around and I pull out split, it doesn't matter. Just dance it around every single time. Because when this elbow stays down, it's a fastball. And this elbow starts to tweak even just a little bit, it's breaking ball. Simple as that. I'm the third base coach and I'm looking at this. Real simple. I yell out your first name, fastball. Yell out your last name, breaking ball. Off speed. As easy as that. Right? So number 1, make sure you're not tipping your sign, and then you're not dancing around with your pitch, okay? So every single pitch you throw, you mess around with your grip a little bit, okay? Now, the other thing I see a lot of is in the stretch. is when guys will get their signs in the stretch, and then they'll actually get the grip of the pitch. Here, right? They'll get the grip of the pitch and then bring it back up. And now the first base coach or third base coach, if you're lefty, is doing the same thing. They will set that grip and pull it up. So make sure that you get your sign and you're coming up, and then you're still dancing the ball around a little bit in your glove. And keep that glove tight, okay? Because you don't want that runner on second base, if there is a runner on second, to be able to go right arm fastball, left arm, leading off, taking a lead, right arm out is fastball, left arm out is breaking ball. It's how simple and how quick these signs get picked up, okay? The last thing with tipping your pitches is if you've got a grip that's hard to get into, like a good circle change grip or a split grip, I would walk around with that grip all the time. So when if I was throwing a split, I would get set and I would put the split right in my glove. I'd get my sign, I would dance around a little, split. Get my sign, dance around a little, fastball. Okay? So if you have a grip that's harder to get into, like a circle change or any of your change-up grips, get that grip, right? So if you're from the stretch and you got your circle change grip right here, that's fine, and you come up, dance around a little bit, circle change, you come up with your fastball, dance around a little bit, fastball. Right? So just don't get into the patterns. And at the lower levels, it happens more and more because pitchers are focused on other things. They're being overwhelmed by the situation in the game and not about what's going on and the little things that they're giving away. I promise you this is happening to you at some level. And as you move up levels, like I always say, you're going to play against better competition, but you're also going to play against better coaching. And that better coaching is going to pick this stuff up. So make sure that you're doing everything that you can to not tip your pitches. This will increase the effectiveness of your pitches, something you start using today.